Alright, so continuing on from last video, day 11 now. Um, yeah, I think looking back, as far as day 10, I don't think it was, for me personally, editing wise, rendering and uploading. Uh, I'm gonna try not to make my videos at least close to 40 or 50 minutes. I'm sure for you guys it's not also ideal to be spending 40 or 50 minutes, roughly about an hour of your time, is to look at me. However, if that was the case, I'd greatly appreciate it. But as far as for me and for working on those videos, I'm gonna try my best not to make my videos as long as possible, right? Or long as shit, because that was tedious. Because quite honestly, as I'm recording this today is Wednesday the 27th. That was supposed to come out yesterday, the 26th, but just because on the fact of recording and editing, mostly editing, and then the rendering, sharing, it was it was delayed until today. But enough of that. Starting off with, I I don't know. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say the new quote unquote journey, but just a new version, if that makes sense, of the journey. However, as far as the photo for today, this was taken roughly a few days ago before I recorded the day 10 on trying to make my photos more interesting. And more recently, I haven't really had the opportunity as far as my schedule with work goes. I really haven't had much opportunity to get a better or more interesting photo, let's say it like that. So again, this kind of already going against what I just said last video, but we'll try to make it at least interesting. I at least as far as I can say, I have I have put in time to look at more tutorials. Tone curve, not really, but as far as color grading, I'm gonna get back to this soon. But as far as color grading, I was able to get more information, I guess more insight onto how that affects the photo as far as colors and mixing, believe it or not. And then also before I started recording, because I always tend to look at the options I have just so I can have kind of an idea on what to work on for my video. I never knew, if we just kind of stop for a sec on what I'm doing right now, I never knew on this detail section. I know there was this denoise reduction or this noise reduction, but this uses AI. Personally, for me, I'm not really a fan of AI, as well, at least at the moment. So I never really much paid attention to that. However, I never knew there was a manual noise reduction. Had I known that, and especially if you looked at my last video, that probably would have made my day 9 photo a little bit better, right? But I can't do anything at the kind of can't do anything regarding about that. It's already done, posted, edited. Can't do nothing about it. Just only know for the future, I guess. Now, as far as this photo, because I'm kind of speedrunning this in a way. Really I'm not really talking as far as what I'm doing, but I mean just the usual adjusting sliders and temp and colors, seeing what sticks to me, what I personally like. Because as I was looking on the as I was looking on the tutorials today, or really in my spare time, it gave me a better understanding that as far as me editing these photos, at this point it's really just personal preference, right? There's not one set in stone standard or tutorial that can say, okay, this is the proper way how you edit photos, right? That's, I think, also kind of the beauty of Lightroom. You know, everyone has their own, how would I say this, mindset, I guess, their own mindset, their own creative way on how to edit photos or whatever the case may be. So it's really a personal, at that point it's just personal preference. You know, what do I mostly tend to look at, or what do I personally look towards as far as editing my photo? What's my main goal for each photo? And I've said it previously, it's case by case, right? But I've kind of made it my goal to, well, not really my goal, but over these past 10 videos, it's just mostly been just adjusting some colors here and there. If I can make it a little bit more interesting as far as with, who knows, masking, that now it's gonna start color grading, then that can be something. But that was something I did take note of as I was looking at the tutorials recently. It's more of a personal preference. You know, it's not like you have to copy one certain style. I know for a fact there's presets. Obviously on the left side here, there's presets, and as far as I know on the videos I've been seeing, yeah, a lot of content creators tend to sell their presets, which is not a bad idea. But like I said, it's really more of a personal preference. But anyways, after done complaining or kind of explaining what I had to get off my mind, let's actually get into the video. So right now I've already kind of made some few adjustments here and there. It's kind of, I wouldn't say set in stone. It's just for temporarily right now, because I really want to get into both color mixture and especially color grading now that I got a little bit more understanding as far as what color grading does to your photo. So that's definitely something that I'm gonna look towards. As far as this Indian head rail trail, sorry, I don't know how long the trail is, but this specific section I was passing by, and I don't know, I guess my main goal, I was trying to get some ducks, the ducks are the animals here. I was trying to get a photo of this, but it kind of didn't work out, and as I have it actually right now, I completely forgot. I did always have intentions on cropping this, so let me do that. Also, another I guess tip I didn't realize, if you're going here on your cropping and you actually press O, it shows you, I guess, the different, what would you call these, grids, or, because I know there's rule of thirds, it's just different grids. How about that? Let's just say it like that. For any type of scenario or photo that you may take, this can be a nice grid to kind of align your photos, which I found it pretty nice actually. I didn't even realize about that. But anyways, as far as what I'm gonna try to, my main goal is to, I don't know, maybe okay, there you go. Now that I'm actually using this, I'm trying to put the trail dead in the center. Maybe it's maybe right there. How did that came out? All right. Well, we'll leave it like that. It's fine. As far as dehaze, it's a slightly increased. Now, I guess for my, what would be the goal I'm trying to accomplish in this photo is, as it was, if we look back before, this was relatively, I wouldn't say properly exposed, but in a way leading more towards overexposed. Just a little bit pale in a way. It's just, well, just like any raw photo, that's how it is, right? So right now what I'm just trying to do is just have that little warmth into the photo. And as far as right now, I think I'm doing a pretty good job. Again, I'm not trying to do much, especially with this temperature on the white balance, because again, I did from the tutorial I saw, color grading would kind of fix that, but we'll get back to that soon. As far as vibrance, just a very slight increase. And at this point, I'm not going to touch saturation because I'm going to probably head into that on color grading. But color grading might be towards the end because I did see that color grading is normally the last step you would want to do in any photo. And actually, as I'm looking at this, well, okay, never mind. I can't do nothing because I was gonna say it's kind of in balance. I see that, I don't know, there's more space here. Or what I could do actually is just simply can do this. Okay, well, that made it a little bit better. All right. Because I was gonna say there's a imbalance. Well, then again, it's kind of also my fault because when I took this photo, I wasn't dead straight or dead center on the trail, but kind of fixed it already, so we should be good with that. Effect, I might actually add in a vignette effect, which I guess that seems to be the most common theme that I'm doing with these photos. Just add in a little bit of a vignette effect all around the photo. Well, again, to me, to my personal liking, I personally like it, but it's just something that I guess I just like to do with many of my photos. But like I said, I'm definitely going to be looking more towards tutorials and definitely with masking, because I'm sure you can do some pretty amazing stuff on your photos if you obviously know what you're doing with the masking tool. So maybe for the next video, well, I kind of want to have it right now. I'm kind of prioritizing more on color grading. Then the next one would be tone curve, and then probably for the next one would be masking, right? Because I don't want to try to learn all three at once, because at the end of the day, if I try to do that, I'm not going to learn any of it. So I'm trying to do one at a time, so that way here I can take in as much knowledge as I can on each one. I was really just about, just to undo everything of vignetting, because I was deciding, it really didn't need it, but eh, just maybe a little bit wouldn't hurt. Just probably very slight. I don't want to make it too obvious, right? But at the same time, I'm just trying to do some. Okay. Further. Okay, well, I think that should be pretty good as far as for right now. Masking. I don't think we're gonna be doing that because there wouldn't be really anything to mask as far as right now. So yeah, really not much. Now, before I get into color grading, I want to do a before and after. So really not much. It's kind of just been the normal theme that we've been continuing on this journey, just tweaking the colors, moving some sliders here and there. However, one thing I can at least say is that, like I previously stated, this one looked a little bit stale or pale, I guess, just lifeless. So adding in that boost of colors, especially the yellow slash warmth, I think it made it pretty good, because this kind of now turned the photo in some way, shape, or form kind of like as a fall October-y look, if that makes sense. Even though we're in March, but it's fine. I actually tend to like that better. So I'd say for right now we did pretty good. Now the the part that I'm really interested on is this one, the color grading. So I too realized that you can as far as with hue, saturation, you can do a lot of changes. A lot of changes. We got the shadows, the midtones, the highlights, and then the global. This global section is what mostly I kind of want to focus on, at least right now. Because this is the one that as far as from my tutorial was, they said that it'd be a better tool to use the global color grading option, this one, than to adjust your white balance. Because here you can, whatever color you have in mind, whether it's towards the warmth, towards the yellowish orange side, or towards the cool side, which is being the blue-ish, this option right here would be a better alternative than moving the temperature and the tint slider for the white balance. So let's see here. We've kind of already made it set in stone that I'm trying to move towards the tool, or I'm sorry, the warmth side of this of the white balance. So if I were to just just seeing something here. All right. We're gonna actually do something. As far as this one, I do not. Okay, I thought so. I'm actually gonna decrease this because it was looking kind of more like that, and I'm gonna use color grading here to kind of get the certain look that I want as far as warmth, while at the same time I don't want to really push it. So this is gonna be not tedious, but it's gonna be really interesting to say the least as far as what I'm trying to accomplish. So I'm probably gonna take some couple minutes here because I don't want to bore you guys with me just roughly taking 5 minutes on here. I'm gonna try to do my best to have something with this, so then that way here it can look relatively good. So I'll be here roughly, so you of course you guys don't have to wait. Okay, all right. So now I've roughly spent a couple minutes trying to get just the right balance between as far as this color gradient section and also to adjust in this white balance section. I tried getting the right balance. I think I got it. I think as far as my personal take and what I'm trying to accomplish here, I think I got it now. I don't know what was the difference between just adjusting the slider here versus trying to get the same result here, right? I don't know what the difference was. I don't know if it looks relatively the same or there is a big difference. I don't know. But I think with a good mix between both color grading and just a little bit with the white balance, I got the I think I got the I think I got it. So that should be good because I was roughly going back and forth as far as what's the big difference do I see, but I think I got it. So that's relatively good. So as far as the global section, we should be good with that. With shadows, let's see here. Because you can also blend in, balance as well. Again, for a fact, there's a lot of tools that Lightroom has to offer, but just on the fact that I'm just a dumbass not really knowing or not utilizing them, it's really such a shame, because if I really was into the nitty gritty of of any of really anything, for as far as the photo and how it stands, Lightroom does a fantastic job of giving you all the options to do whatever changes you like. So that is something that I do appreciate from Lightroom. Okay, it's a lot. It's a very not not really tedious process, but it's one you really have to have a lot of patience on, and it's one that you really need to be going back and forth. That's kind of the note to myself that I'm taking here. Yeah, color grading is nice, but I didn't think you would be going back and forth as far as what one's personal preference may be. Again, like now that I've kind of now that I've kind of changed it's at this point it's just very subtle differences. I mean, again, we made the biggest changes here with the basic section. Had I like closed it off, see, it's relatively a big change. However, if I do it with the color grading, it's very subtle. I don't even know if you guys can see this, but it's very subtle changes. But it's if you're into that, it's might be good. As far as for me, it like I've said, it's very subtle changes. Like almost really to anyone, probably they wouldn't give a fuck really. But I'm also taking my sweet time with this, just on the fact so I can get a better understanding on how I can utilize color grading for future photos, right? So, but as far as right now, I mean, in a way, I kind of actually really like this. So now that I've taken roughly, I don't know how even long, 5-10 minutes maybe, on both color grading and basic, I think I got a good balance between both. Let's see, as far as, yeah, I can definitely see how we made the picture more on the warmer side, like I'm saying, as far as the scale of either the cool side or the warm side. I can see how I made a little tweaks here and there as far as with color grading, so I'm at least happy with that. And in all fairness, with this photo, anything else, take a side by side, I actually would say I think I think I did a pretty damn good job with this. Now, granted, I did say that with quite several photos during the first 10 videos, and yesterday was really when I got the chance to critique it in detail, right? But maybe as far as it stands right now in general, I actually really dig this photo. Who knows this? Okay, I don't know what the fuck just happened, but like as I was saying, who knows? Maybe as far as I guess the new set of videos I'm trying to lean towards, this is a pretty good start with this, because I'm mostly really just happy on the fact that I got to adjust a little bit more of this color grading option. Even though they're very subtle, again, very subtle, I was able to utilize it. And again, like I said, that is something that I really personally need to start working on, as far as making my photos more interesting, because who knows, I don't have it here, but maybe I was deciding on I'm gonna put my fucking goals here, so then any single time you guys are watching, or any single time I'm about to record, I have it here as a reminder. Okay, what are your goals as far as photos, videos, everything, right? Like what I stated last video. That may be something I may do for next video, but nonetheless, as far as this photo was, I personally think we're off to a really good start with making these photos more interesting. Even though this photo is kind of following the theme of the previous set of photos, like I said, I didn't really get the chance or the opportunity because of my schedule with work lately. I didn't really get the chance to take an interest in photo to more recently. But nonetheless, that doesn't mean I'm trying not. Because trust me, when I'm going around, I'm really trying to have that creative mindset as far as interest in photos or really creative photos, right? I did list some couple options I had last video as far as nighttime photography, long exposure. There's definitely there's probably a lot of more pho- um photo styles, I guess. Like yeah, I guess photo styles out there that I'm still not even sure of. One that I've really been interested on, but that's probably gonna be sometime in the future. Astrophotography. That's one that I really, really want to get myself um, knowing because I mean, as far as you guys don't know, my wall screen or my wallpaper is of a astrophotography photo. Personally, I didn't take it. I just saw it off the internet and I thought it was really nice. So maybe that could be something that I can work on. But nonetheless, as far as what this video is, as far as this photo, I personally think it's a good start. It's a good start to this next set of videos and photos I'm trying to do. As far as like what I've stated last video, as far as what I'm trying to do new, what I'm trying to do differently for the next 20, 30, however many photos until I sit down and critique them again, right? But really overall, really that's really all I have to say for now. Hang on a second. Sorry, my cat came onto here and decided to start rubbing herself on my foot, but nonetheless, like I said, oh well, there she goes. Anyways, like I've said, I think personally it's a good start to these new set of videos, new set of photos that I'm trying to do differently. Even though it was roughly the same as far as the previous 9 photos I edited. I mean, I already off the bat, I got a little taste of color grading, right? So that's the plus side of thing. That's the plus side of this video, and I'm really, really happy with that. But yeah, that being said, I have nothing else, and hope to see you guys in the next video.